Hello, and welcome back to Teach Me Tanya. Did you do your homework? The daisy knows. All right, this lesson is the last part of my simplified vowel system. And in this lesson, we're going to look at the piano. So, let's just review a little bit. At the beginning of the system, we discussed your chin's location. And we had high, middle, low, or moving. For example, beat, bet, bat. Then we discussed your cheeks. The upstairs ones, not the downstairs ones. All right. We discussed how your cheeks could be. We discussed how your cheeks could be tense or the $10 word, lax. All right. And how that changed the sound. For example, seat, sit, for example. Now, I'd like to explain something to all the students and to the instructors for just a moment. I understand the struggles you might be having with pronunciation and the materials that are currently popular and available. For example, when most instructors are trying to teach the vowel sounds, they're using this chart. Now, I could spend a lot of time explaining that chart to you, but maybe that's not the best use of our time. So instead, chin, cheeks, lips, and today's lesson, piano. So let's begin. All right. I was getting frustrated when I was a beginner instructor because I didn't like using those charts either. However, I used them because I couldn't find anything to replace it. And there really isn't anything to replace it 100%, but the piano system I designed takes a little pressure off explaining it and just makes everything easier, I found, for my students. All right. Now, don't worry. You don't have to have any skills playing piano. That's not the idea here. Now, please forgive me while I make a terrible piano. Let's go there. I'm sure my music students and friends that are very good at these things, they know. They're laughing. I can't even draw the most basic things. Now, I believe the keys go like this. Now, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know how to draw a piano. You don't need to know how to play a piano. What we're doing together here is we're trying to understand the difference between different sounds by playing our mouth, the greatest instrument you own. All right. Now, forgive my terrible drawings. It's basic, but it works. Now, we always like to give this person a tooth. Don't know why, but I do. And I also like to give them a tongue. And let's start to talk about this piano before we talk about the mouth. When you were a child, or maybe later, you saw a piano or a keyboard, and you maybe had the pleasure of just playing. Now, don't worry if you didn't have a piano. Perhaps instead you had a xylophone. That's right, xylophone. The X is making a Z. Exceptions? All right. So xylophone is working the same way. If I hit here on the keyboard, or if I hit here on the xylophone, will the sound be high or low? If you said high, you're absolutely correct. Ding, ding, ding. So, E, E, Ah, Ah. Now I'd like you to try something with me. Let's do those two sounds. The first one, the smiling sound or the mosquito sound. E. And the second sound, the doctor sound. Ah. Right. So, just going E, ah, E, ah. I want you to feel what your tongue's doing. E, ah, E, ah, E, ah. Now, we know your chin's changing, but what's your tongue feel like? E, ah. And what does your tongue feel like when the doctor asks you to say, ah? Where's the pressure? It's at the back. And when you say E, where's the pressure? That mosquito sound, that smiling sound. Cheese. That's the front of your mouth. So, instead of using complicated charts, I think we're better served by using this simplified piano system I created. But again, I encourage you to try it. Let me know your results. Not everything works for everyone. Okay, now, just to make this a little clearer, as we discussed, pardon me, your mouth, in this picture, they're trying to show you, your mouth has 3 zones. Front, middle, and back. instead of using front, middle, and back, most students are served better when we talk about a high sound, E, a middle sound, or a low sound, In many cases, or sorry, not many, in some cases, the only thing I've found that changes is the piano. For example, many students have asked what's the difference between P-I-N and P-E-N. The lips are the same. The chin is the same. The cheeks are the same. Everything's very lazy. Pin, pen, pin, pen. What's the difference? Your ears know. I know you know. Right. Pin, pen. Actually, let's change that. Not that there's a word, but we'll pretend. Peen, P-E-E-N. Maybe it's a word. I just don't know it. Pen, pen, pun, pawn. Let's do a few more. My friend's name, Pete, Pit, Pet. For golf, putt or puck, pock, the old marks that they used to cover with black. Seat, sit, sat, sat, sought. Heat, hit, hot, hot. You don't need your eyes. You need to train your ears. And one of the biggest problems is that teachers make this sound too short for the students to catch. Or students don't practice the sound with it long enough for their ears to learn the sound. When you first play piano or any instrument, do you sound perfect? No. Your ear gets better and better and better. I'm sure any musician or singer will tell you that their earlier works maybe weren't their favorite. But you thought you sounded great when you were 5 years old playing the recorder. Did you sound great? If you practiced, maybe you sound great now. And again, you trained your ears. So instead of trying to find out what's the spelling difference, that's important, but that's not what your ears want. Your ears want you to stretch the sounds. And the students don't want you to call it a long sound or a short sound. Not in the vowels. It's not helping. So instead of saying P-I-N is short and P-E-N is long, let's give our ears practice time. Pin. The sixth sound. Pin. Pen. I hope you enjoyed this last part of my system, chin, cheeks, lips, piano, a simplified system for English vowels. I appreciate all of your comments. Please, 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 let's discuss. I love learning new things from other people, and I love getting your feedback. Also, if you like this video and it helped you, or you think it might help a friend, please, please, please share. Sharing is caring, and it helps me help other people. And I love that. Also, if you liked it, please click like. It only takes a moment. And we also appreciate your subscriptions. If you would like to help us further, you can see Teach Me Tanya on Patreon or on Buy Me a Coffee. That's it. Especially for the long lessons. The next lessons will be much shorter because now, hopefully, you understand the system.